Following more than 11 hours of arguments, testimony, and deliberations, the Gering School Board voted to terminate the contract of GHS Principal Rocky Schneider. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Gering High School Principal Rocky Schneider is out after the school board voted 4-2 late last week to terminate his contract, effective immediately. Schneider was placed on administrative leave in early December after failing to report key incidents that occurred at the high school to Superintendent Dr. Nicole Reagan. Those incidents include sexualized misconduct, professional boundary violations, and physical altercations between students resulting in bodily injury. During the hearing, Schneider, Dr. Reagan, Director of Student Services Byron Olson, HR Coordinator Shauna Payne, and School Resource Officer Robert Gleim all provided testimony to the board of their versions of the events. Karen Hasse, the counsel for the district, grilled Schneider on his conduct compared to his peers.
Are you aware of any other administrator in the district who told their supervisor that she was incompetent?
I'm not aware of any.
Are you aware of any other administrator in the district that told their direct supervisor that they did not respect her?
I never said I didn't respect her.
Are you aware of any other employee in the district who called their direct supervisor a bully?
Following closing arguments, the board went into closed session for several hours before deciding to terminate his contract, effective immediately.
It is therefore the decision of the Board of Education that the employment contract of Rocky Schneider should be canceled and the same is hereby terminated, effective immediately.
We do have a motion on the floor to terminate the contract of Rocky Schneider in the form presented. Any further discussion? Please vote. Motion passes 4-2.
Supporters gave their condolences to Schneider after the meeting, many of whom stayed the entire 11 hours. Mario Chavez will serve as GHS's interim principal until further notice. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
I have a lot of friends that work at Runza. I meet so many new people. I just like talking to people. I like making their day. It puts the biggest smile on my face.
Welcome back. The Scottsbluff County Board of Commissioners hold their annual reorganization meeting during today's meeting that starts this afternoon. Also on the agenda is further discussion and consideration of salary increases for county elected officials that would take effect next year through 2026. The proposal would increase salaries $10,000 in the first year and then $5,000 in each of the successive 3 years. Current salaries for most of those officials are about $64,000, which is approximately $5,000 less than new minimum recommended for comparable counties and about $22,000 less than the top end of the recommended salary range for 2023. The commissioner salaries are less than $25,000 a year, with the chair receiving an additional $2,400. Well, a full agenda for the first meeting of the Scottsbluff City Council for 2022, with a number of public hearings related to amendments to city ordinances. Also up for consideration is action on a preliminary plat for a new addition to the Five Oaks subdivision that would be located on 21 acres of land south of the Elite Health Center and east of Highway 71. The preliminary plat shows the addition of 31 new homes in the future in that area. Also being considered is a letter of intent to apply for a grant from the State Department of Economic Development for completion of the 18th Street Downtown Plaza and a completion of an economic development strategic plan with Plaka and Associates. And the cities of Gering and Scottsbluff once again offering options for recycling of live Christmas trees. For Gering residents, the city will pick up trees set out by dumpsters in the alley through January 20th, or they can be taken to the vacant lot east of the Monument Shadows Golf Course maintenance facility on Country Club Road. In Scottsbluff, curbside tree pickup starting today can be scheduled by calling 630-0985 or emailing rdeeds@scottsbluff.org, or you can take them to the Riverside Park Christmas tree dump site. And as always, you're asked to please remove all lights, decorations, and tree stands, as they do not make good mulch. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer with your first forecast of the new year. You'll have that right after this.
It doubles every 2 minutes. How long?
Hey, Dad. We're going for a run.
Okay. You're gonna go together?
That's what we means.
Okay. Well, just be careful. Make sure you're not running alone. Stay on the sidewalk. Watch for cars. Don't talk to strangers.
Another virus was blocked? What are you doing?
Are you listening to me? All right? Because when it comes to safety, nobody knows safety better than me. Be careful out there.
Are you doing an online quiz?
Yeah. This one's gonna tell me my IQ, which I've always wanted to know, because it's a mystery.
I'm guessing it's very low because all these quizzes are for us to get your passwords for everything.
Oh, is that right?
How do you not know that?
How do you know that?
How long have you been doing these quizzes for?
How old are you?
11?
11 years.
How do you not know how old I am?
Because that's a long time, 11 years, to remember stuff.
All right, well, we're gonna go for a run and watch for cars and strangers, and you change all your passwords so your identity isn't wiped out.
Bit dramatic.
My name is Angela and I'm with Langer Industrial Services. There's a huge technology part in metal, just with all the programs we use, running the scale and paying people all the software. He does 24/7 ransomware monitoring, making sure the programs run smoothly, making sure everything's running properly. So it's nice to have Jeremy there to call when things go wrong. He's always there right away. He's, within 30 minutes he shows up.
ERH Technology Solutions, we make technology work for you.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, a very active start to 2022 here across the region. We have partly cloudy skies. It'll turn more cloudy overnight, then clearing off by morning before the winds pick up tomorrow. And we really do have a 1-2 punch coming our way. High wind warnings are in effect for tomorrow across the area. We have winter storm watches that go into effect on Wednesday. Tomorrow we're going to see wind gusts 60 miles an hour or more at times, widespread accumulating snow then coming in Wednesday. And by Wednesday night into Thursday, we're looking at dangerously cold wind chills. Yesterday we got down as cold as 8 below zero to start the morning off. We were actually colder than that before midnight on New Year's Day. 43 is where we ended up yesterday, about normal for this time of year. Nothing in the rain gauge. We start off a new month and year right about, just 100th is all we've got out there. As we take a look at current temperatures, you could see 30s and a few low 40s across most of Nebraska and in portions of eastern Wyoming as well. We have 36 in Cheyenne. It's 33 in Gordon. 27 is all, though, in Chadron. 40 right now in Scottsbluff. Winds light in some areas. A few stronger winds, 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusting at times over 20 in northern portions of the Panhandle, and that's enough to drop wind chills down into the teens and 20s for most of the northern and even the southern Nebraska Panhandle there in the 20s as well. Well, here we go. Let's start off with tomorrow. We have high wind warnings now that have been posted for the southern Panhandle and for eastern portions of Wyoming. These high wind warnings run for tomorrow during the morning from about 9 and through 5 o'clock tomorrow night. We are definitely going to be seeing very windy conditions out there. We're going to see winds gusting at times up to 60 miles an hour, maybe even higher at times. Now, as we go into the day on Wednesday, we do have high wind watches, or winter storm watches rather, that have been posted. This is for a large area as well. Same areas of eastern Wyoming, the southern Panhandle, even as far east as into the North Platte area. Winter storm watches go into effect Wednesday during the day and in late Wednesday night or early Thursday morning. So again, we're dealing with a 1-2 punch there. Those winter storm watches going to be for accumulating snow and also for the possibility of dangerous cold wind chills. 34 when you get on the bus tomorrow heading out the door, and on the way home will be about 35. Not much change, only the wind's going to come up, and it's going to feel a lot colder on the way home with those winds. Futurecast tonight, we have partly cloudy skies. Will turn cloudy for a period of time, then clearing off overnight into early tomorrow morning. And we're going to see overnight lows dip down as cold as the low to mid-20s out there. A couple of areas in some upper teens in the far southeastern portions of our region. Then tomorrow we're going to see a few clouds to start the day. It's going to be a partly cloudy to mostly sunny day. Winds coming in out of the northwest. By late tomorrow afternoon, a few flurries or snow showers are possible. The real deal, though, in terms of the snow is going to hold off until Wednesday. And we're going to be dealing with high temperatures tomorrow that are going to be generally out there in the 40s. But again, winds are going to gust higher than that, so that's going to make it feel even cooler. Now, over the next 36 hours, any snowfall totals are going to be light, probably less than an inch for anybody. That's going to be with just a few passing snow flurries or snow shower tonight or tomorrow. The bigger snow, though, coming out of the forecast as we go for Wednesday. You'll notice a northwest to southeast band. That is going to be pretty consistent with both models. There's going to be a band of snow. Where that snow is heaviest appears to be right here in our area for the European model. You'll see in areas basically from Casper down through the North Platte River Valley, clear to North Platte. That is a band of moderate snow, 4 to 8 inches likely in that band. Now, the American models kick that a little further to the south and increase the snowfall totals. I certainly like what we're seeing here out of the European model better, and I think that certainly is where we're going to end up with a pretty good swath of snow, somewhere in that 5 to 8 inch range here for most of the region. As we look tonight then, partly cloudy skies, a few flurries are possible, 28 for a low. Tomorrow, we're going to be dealing with a high wind warning, partly cloudy, very windy. Can't rule out a snow flurry as well. 45 your high, but winds are going to be 25 to 40, gusting over 60 at times. Then the snow comes in, that winter storm watch out for Wednesday, a good 5 to 8 inches. Those highs on Wednesday, that's going to be in the morning. We'll be in the single digits by lunchtime and below zero by the time sun sets on Wednesday night. And you'll notice Wednesday night we dip down to maybe 10 below zero. That's if we don't get some clearing. That might be too warm. We could be dealing with wind chills 20, 30, 35 below zero Wednesday night into early Thursday. Thursday we only rebound to around 20, and then we actually warm up in the night into Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, Monday look calmer and quieter and warmer here across the area.
Are new windows from Renewal by Andersen a great investment? You're darn right they are. Did you know that for less than your cable bill or cell phone bill each month, you could have new windows from Renewal by Andersen right now? Do the math. Renewal by Andersen Windows will likely cut your energy bills significantly. They will likely substantially increase the value of your home. They're a great investment. Please contact our team now and ask about our fantastic financing options with approved credit right now. Renewal by Andersen, a great investment? You're darn right.
This is John. He's not an actor or a director. Can you tell? He calls himself a steward of the land. And by the looks of the way he nurtures his little corner of the earth, it's safe to say he's the real deal. John runs with us on a John Deere 3 Series tractor because you can never underestimate the value of a little tractor time. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.
A lot has happened in year 2021 for the Nebraska Grain Sorghum Board, and we're getting all of the details with Nate Bloom. He serves as the executive director with the Nebraska Grain Sorghum Board. Nate, it is so great to catch up with you. Thanks so much for hopping on.
Hey, good morning. It's such a pleasure to be with you, and thank you for everything that you and the team there do.
Absolutely. So we want to recap 2021. There was a lot going on this year with the Nebraska Grain Sorghum Board. Give us those highlights. What were they?
Well, I tell you, first of all, it's a very exciting time to work in the sorghum industry. And I say that because we're in a period of fairly rapid expansion and growth for not only international commodity markets, but also value-added specialty consumer markets, both here at home and around the world. I think our producers around the state have really begun to see some of the value of having sorghum as part of their cropping system here in Nebraska, and that's evidenced by the fact that we actually had a 77% increase in acres in 2021 over 2020. And as far as bushels, our yield, rather, I should say, you're looking at a 46% increase in bushels coming out of Nebraska. Now, that being said, there's still a lot of room for more producers to get in. We're seeing a ton of products. Everything from as mainstream as your Cheerios and some of your flour brands at the grocery store to new markets like aquaculture and bioplastics and a host of other things, snack foods as well. So we're really excited for the growth that we saw in 2021, and we're more excited about some of the partnerships we've been building throughout the last few years, and those include partnerships with other commodity groups, of course, like corn and wheat and soybeans, as well as domestic processors, Department of Economic Development here in the state, and now some international contacts through a conference we attended in Toulouse, France in October of 2021. What we found out at that conference is that the sorghum industry worldwide really shares the same challenges and opportunities. And so many of the directors from other agencies globally and from other countries and I have come together to work on some issues together that can benefit the entire industry, not just us here in Nebraska, though, of course, we would all benefit from doing that. So we're really excited for what happened in 2021 and looking forward to more growth in 2022.
Absolutely. So you mentioned that growth here on the local level. You also talked about the national level and the international level. And you guys actually had a lot of activities throughout the year. I know some of them had to be altered a little bit, but both the opportunity to interact with growers and the opportunity to interact with the end consumer. Tell me about some of those.
Right. So in 2021, our sorghum symposium, which happens every January, did have to be held virtually, which was unfortunate. But we were able to house those producer resources, which include agronomy and climate and some marketing information, among others, on our website, which is nebraskasorghum.org. That was our first event of the year. We also had, of course, our hybrid field days in the fall here. Our event in Trenton, that was hosted by Mike Baker, was really well attended. We had about 60 or 70 farmers there. As well as some folks from the U.S. Global Leadership Coalition and the U.S. Sorghum Checkoff, USCP, United Sorghum Checkoff Program. Sorry to stumble on that one a little bit. And then that data from Mike's Field Day is, of course, also up on our website. We also participated in the TAPS program. One of the things we did there was we trialed an experimental high-protein sorghum that came out of Texas. That's a line that is going to be really important in aquaculture feed production. And the fact that we were able to show that it grew really well up here in North Platte is a good opportunity, another opportunity for value-added sorghum production in Nebraska. And then we just finished up board meetings, actually. So we had our last Grain Sorghum Checkoff board meeting a couple weeks ago, and then yesterday we had our final Sorghum Producers Association meeting of the year, just yesterday, as a matter of fact. So, listen, everything's difficult, of course, with the pandemic and things like that, but we're still able to travel, do our outreach, and get out there and provide value to our producers and to consumers in a very smart way. So.
We're visiting with Nate Bloom. He's the executive director of the Nebraska Grain Sorghum Board. A couple of minutes ago, you had touched on the substantial increase in acres and production of sorghum across Nebraska. As you look ahead into 2022, obviously that's something you want to continue to grow, but what else is ahead for 2022?
Well, first of all, anecdotally, at least, we're hearing from seed dealers, particularly in Southwest Nebraska, that there will be an even greater amount of growers either returning to sorghum or coming back to sorghum for the first time in a long time. And that's, again, really driven by the opportunities in the market. Sorghum on average right now across the country is about 15 over corn. We think that's going to go higher again. We've already sold just so much, even 3 weeks into the marketing year this year. And frankly, we have marketers who are calling us looking for grain from as far away as China and other places in Southeast Asia that we don't have enough supply here to provide them. Looking forward into 2022, I think it's going to be a little easier for our farmers to work directly with those end users through a couple of projects that we have working on. I can't say too much about them yet, but they really are economic development focused programs. I'm hoping we can cut a couple of ribbons here in 2022. So that's one of the big things to look forward to. More tangibly in the short term, our Sorghum Symposium is going to be in Kearney on January 27th. It's a full day of great resources. It's going to be in person this year with some recordings on our website as well. But it's going to be a full day of agronomy and policy and technology and a bunch of other things that are going to be great resources for producers. We're also bringing some sorghum processors, some existing processors to the state in January around that, and we're working on a showcase event to showcase their products, not only in front of other entrepreneurs, but in front of investors and private sector equity as well, which is going to be fantastic. And then just shortly after that in February, I'll actually be at the Gulf Food Show in Dubai with Secretary of State Bob Evnen. That trade mission will also include stops in Kuwait and Jordan, trying to open some new markets and as well bring new processors here to Nebraska to access the domestic market. Again, there's just such excitement for sorghum right now. Again, not just globally, not just in the ag sector, but really among consumers that want those specialty products, those specialty niche markets that sorghum can fill, the non-GMO, gluten-free, sustainable, healthy, all those things. I'm excited to see where we go here in the future.
Absolutely. A lot of great things to look forward to. Nate, thank you so much for joining us and safe travels to you.
Hey, thank you so much. My pleasure. Again, anytime. Glad to help.
Absolutely. That is Nate Bloom. He's the executive director of the Nebraska Grain Sorghum Board, recapping year 2021 and looking ahead to 2022.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank, a bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
When you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, Regional West welcomed its first baby of the new year on New Year's Day at 9:34 a.m. Emery Sage Williamson is the first baby born in 2022 at the Regional West Birth and Infant Care Center, weighing 6 pounds 3 ounces and 18.5 inches long. Regional West Birth and Infant Care Center nurse Sarah Stover presented the family with an assortment of baby gifts, which is a Regional West tradition for the first baby born each year at the medical center. Baby Emery also received a onesie commemorating her status as the first baby born in 2022. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.